Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Minecraft Steve. Yes, that's my name. That's always been my name and always will be my. But anyway, we're here with some brand new Minecraft Dungeons content. This game came out about a week ago. I've been meaning to make some videos on it, and here, after the long wait, we finally are. So, yeah, let's get in the game, and we'll talk about. Hello. We'll talk about this game, why I like it, why I think you'll like it, just kind of some thoughts about it. You may have known this was coming if you follow me on Twitter, where I did tease Minecraft Dungeons content a little bit, and I've been talking about it a lot. So, yeah, let's get right into the video, guys. Minecraft Dungeons is the newest Mojang game based off of their game Minecraft. You may have heard of it. It's pretty popular. It's usually compared to Diablo, but I've never played that, so I really can't confirm. But what I can tell you is it's a super cool ARPG, which stands for Action RPG. Today, I'm going to give you my personal opinion about the game for people who aren't really sure if they want to buy it. If they're really not sure what it's about. And as well, I'm also going to give some minor tips for maybe someone who just bought it and is new to the game. Okay, let's get into it. Like I mentioned, Minecraft Dungeons is an action RPG made by Mojang, based in the universe of their game Minecraft. Personally, I enjoy playing action RPGs, for example, like Legend of Zelda, which is one of my favorite game franchises ever. But what I particularly do like the most about this game is not only is it like Minecraft and it has countless callbacks to the different Minecraft things, most obviously by the characters and enemies you fight, the different a few of the different weapons you collect and the different places you explore. But I also like the fact that it's its own completely standalone thing as well. You don't have to be a super hardcore Minecraft fan to enjoy it, which I think is really cool, and I really like that about it because I am a hardcore Minecraft fan, but at the same time, it's different enough, and I know other people who I've seen playing it who aren't even like, you know, chugging Minecraft for hours and hours on day, recording YouTube videos just because they enjoy it, like other people I know. Well, anyway, to be completely honest, I don't really have much criticism for this game. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect. There are some things I think should be a little bit different, but that's for a different video. One thing is, I like how, for the most part, this game's pretty easy to pick up, meaning it's really not super hard in the way of there are some minor puzzles that are really easy and straightforward. Most of the standard enemies are pretty simple to fight, and it starts out pretty easy, like just in general, the game starts out pretty easy. But the level progression and the combat progression does ramp up relatively quickly. In the first few levels, it starts to present a decent challenge, which I think is very cool. How it starts out pretty easy, and it's really easy to learn the basics very, very fast. And there's a good balance there between where the developers expect you to learn the basics and the fact that they pretty much predicted that right on for most people. You pick up basically how the game should be going right about the time that the game starts to, you know, kick it up a notch. It gives you harder enemies, it gives you more enemies, and, you know, it causes you to have to put a little more thought into your strategy of fighting. You may see, you know, a horde of skeletons, and they have bows, so you may think, oh, well, I'm just going to go in and slice them because that's what I did to, let's say, for example, some zombies I found in a earlier level, which are melee, and they just punch you. But I can just go up and slice with my sword. Well, no, because the skeletons, if you start to get close to them, they fall back, they retreat, so that way they can have a better range to shoot their bow. So it causes you to have to use your bow as well as just your sword. Most of the levels in Minecraft Dungeons are pretty linear, straightforward. At least the first few are. They get a little more intense in different directions as they go on. But for the most part, it gives you a very clear objective as to where you're supposed to go. From the beginning of the level, as soon as you go in, it gives you a clear objective. Here is where the end of the level is. You have a map that shows you where. You have a little marker on your screen that tells you how to get from point A to point B. It's very simple. Along the way, in some of the levels, it'll give you other objectives you have to complete in order to complete the overall goal. But what I really like about it is how there's also different areas you can go off to find chests and secrets, which may seem pretty basic considering most dungeon crawlers or video games in general have things like that. Well, the thing about Minecraft Dungeons is each time you play a level, it's different. Like, I can play the same level 5 times and it'll be different. Now, the same theme of the level, the objectives of the level, different things in the level, enemies, bosses, stuff like that will be the same. But the way the level's laid out, there are different sections of the level that'll be always constantly complete. Usually where you start, where you end, probably a place or two in the middle. But the different areas that lead off to nowhere or give you a roundabout way to get to your objective are different. They'll either be just a different area altogether. They may be rotated differently. They may have a different secret. They may have a different chest. They may have something different. And so every time you play a level, it's completely different. It gives the game amazing replay value. It allows you to go back, and every time you play, it's something new and fresh, just like the original Minecraft. Every level is procedurally generated. Now, Minecraft Dungeons isn't procedurally generated, but it is still pretty cool in its own random dice roll type of way. Another thing that same mechanic does is if you get to a part that's just really hard and you're really underpowered, you can go back and do some grinding. Go back, fight some monsters in a level you've already completed, and gain some XP. But because the level is different than it was when you just played it, it makes grinding less of a chore and more of a brand new experience. It makes it really fun. So the way Minecraft Dungeons works is it's pretty basic. Well, it's basic on the surface level. Obviously, you have your dungeons, you have your levels you play through, and you have your power level, which is the sum of the power of your melee weapon, your bow, your armor, and your artifacts. Artifacts are different items you get that give you special abilities or different perks or buffs to your pre-existing equipment, which is a really cool thing I like. And that's on top of the enchantment system, which has some enchantments similar to the ones from regular Minecraft, and it has a lot of them that are different, built specifically to suit this dungeon crawler game. And I think that's very cool. You can use these to, you can get a new item or a new artifact, slap some enchantments on it, or pair it with something else and completely shift the tide of your battle. You could be in a level that's really hard, get some new equipment, and then all of a sudden you completely turn the tides, even though you may even get the same random dice roll going into the level a second time. But because of the new equipment you have, it's a completely different fight. And another great thing this does is it allows you to tailor your equipment specifically to your playstyle, so you can play it exactly how you want to play it. Just like, well, Minecraft, which is really cool. I like it a lot. So I guess that's pretty much my first impressions on it. Now, there are some people out there who will tell you the game has microtransactions, i.e., areas to spend money in the game, real life money. Now, that is false. The people spreading those lies on the internet, I don't know where they found those from. There are a few things in the game that if you just, read a book directly by its cover, you could think maybe it's a microtransaction. But the people or the person specifically, who brought that up and was posting it on Twitter was completely wrong. There are no microtransactions. The closest thing to that is there is DLC. When you purchase the game, there are 2 versions, the standard version and the Heroes version. This isn't microtransactions. This happens outside of the game. Pretty much every game has this. The standard version is the standard version. You get just the base game. Its base game is $19.99. You get basic Minecraft Dungeons. You get the Minecraft Dungeons launcher. It's compatible with Windows 7, 8, and Windows 10. That's the standard edition. Well, the Hero Edition is $29.99. It's like $10 more. You get the base game, you get a hero cape, you get 2 new skins that come with the DLC. You get a chicken pet, which we'll talk about pets probably more in a minute, and the cape also. Both of those pretty much are cosmetic items. They don't really impact the game at all. So spending more money isn't going to make your play time like more productive than anybody else. But what you do get is you get the 2 upcoming DLC packs, one of which will be on July 3rd, I believe, and the other one has been rumored for sometime this winter. Personally, I got the Hero Edition because for $10 more, I get 2 upcoming DLCs plus a cape, which looks sweet. And if you've ever seen my Minecraft videos, I have a cape in Minecraft, which I got through other reasons. We'll talk about that in a different video maybe. But the chicken, it's a baby chicken, like from Minecraft, except he just follows you around, and he's super cute. So I love that. Also, the DLC is, if it's half as amazing as the base game, can't wait. But anyway, there are no microtransactions. There is DLC. So personally, I would recommend getting the Hero Edition. I am not being sponsored, so that's not them saying spend your money. That's me. That's the one I got because those 2 packs for $10 more seems to be worth it to me, considering I don't know the exact prices of them when they come out, but I feel like they're probably going to be at least $10 each. I don't know. I could be wrong. But anyway, so we've talked about that. Let me see. If you just got Minecraft Dungeons, I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks for playing it. Well, the first tip I would give you is don't, like, if you play a level once, amazing, fantastic. But don't be afraid to go back and replay it. It will be it'll be the same level, same objectives, but it will be different. In a lot of the levels, there are areas to unlock secret levels, which I've actually been kind of working on. I've pretty much beaten the story, but I'm a completionist. I want to get those secret levels. Also, I'm working on kind of getting some grinds so I can go into that final boss fight, you know, all definitely totally prepared. But yeah, definitely don't be afraid to go back into levels. Worst case scenario, you get a bad roll, you don't find this secret level, but what you get is a good grind, you level up. It's definitely worth it. You could even find special equipment. Another thing, in all the levels, there are certain pieces of equipment actually that you can find in those levels. Now, you're not going to find all of those pieces and unlock them all on the first go. So you might as well go back and see if you can get them. They could be better than what you have. In fact, they probably will be. Another good tip I would give to a new player. If you get an item, like your first tools. Okay, so every time you level up, you get an enchantment point. You can spend that on an enchantment for your sword, your armor, or your bow. You start out with a sword and a bow. No armor, no anything but just a basic sword, basic bow. When you get enchantment points, I suggest you just spend them on what you have. Whatever items you have that are best or that you think have the coolest enchantments, just spend them. Don't worry about, like, I mean, saving them up is important because to upgrade the enchantment, so you'll be able to upgrade them through 3 different tiers of that said enchantment. And you'll need more than just 1 point to do that. I understand. Save up for those. But the thing is, if you get a new item, that's so much better. Like, let's say I have a sword, and it's pretty okay, but I get a sword that's much, much better. You can actually salvage your current equipment and get emeralds, which is the money in the game, which you use for trading with a weaponsmith villager and a wandering trader to get either random equipment or a random artifact. But when you salvage an enchanted tool, you also get back all enchantment points. So if I spent 12 enchantment points on a sword, and then I get a new sword that's better and has cooler enchantments, I can salvage the sword and get all 12 back. I don't have to regrind and level up 12 more times just to be able to spend that much effort into this sword, because if I grind 12 levels, then that sword's going to be underpowered for my character, and I'm going to have found better equipment at that point. That's how this game works. You get equipment, don't get too attached to it, because there is always going to be much better equipment you're going to get, and you're going to get better and better and better equipment. And the stuff that maybe you spend 12 enchantment points on and you really like it, you're going to get to a point where the game is going to take your current progress through the game and your current character stats, and it's going to lock you into a certain difficulty that those aren't going to cut it. So yeah, that's my second piece of advice, I guess. I guess you got a free piece of advice there a minute ago. Let's see, third piece of advice for a new player. This may be a little cliche, but it would be just to have fun with it. You may not be a completionist. You may not be super into RPGs or ARPGs. You may not be the type to like compare a bunch of stats. Just have fun with it. You don't have to get super in-depth to enjoy it and to still do a good play through the game. Now, if you really are into that, there is a lot of secrets, and there's actually a lot of good post-game stuff to do after the story, which I'm personally looking forward to hold me over till the DLC comes out. Another thing is the game, while each level has different difficulty settings, there's also 3 main difficulty settings. Default, which I guess it's what it starts you in. It forces you into starting with default, which is fine, because if you don't know the game, you're going to want to be on that. It's pretty much like an easy / normal. Then there's adventurer, which is harder than that, and then there's apocalypse mode, which is like the hardest hardcore. So if you really like just doing that, hey, go for those. Another great thing with adventure and apocalypse, there's exclusive items and stuff you cannot get unless you play those. So if you're a true completionist, you're gonna want to check out those, even though yeah, they'll be a lot harder. You know, completionism, it's a thing. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty much just been my opinions, what I think about this game. Now, there is some things I didn't really like about it, but that will definitely be for a different video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. If you really liked the video, please go get that really like button, which if you're new here is the subscribe button. And if you really enjoyed it, make sure to go get the really enjoy bell. Also, go check out my links in the description. I have Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. I streamed this on Twitch for like 4 hours once. It was pretty great. That was on release day. So yeah, I will be streaming it on Twitch. I'll also be streaming Minecraft, maybe some other games. So yeah, make sure to go check me out there. And also, one more thing before I end off this video. If you really like this video and you really like Minecraft Dungeons and you want to see more, I'm cooking up some more content. But yeah, if you're thinking of maybe seeing some kind of like let's play, or you know, maybe some different guides or walkthroughs, yeah, definitely go ahead and let me know in the comments what you want to see, please. Or you know, tweet it at me on Twitter. I have Twitter, link in the description. Anyway, now I'm taking up way too much of you guys' time. Bye, have a nice day. We'll see you next time.